I'm gonna give you 2 reasons why I wouldn't recommend you do it. Now let's get into what I recommend. If you're gonna do mail-in payments, the only way I really recommend that you do that is if you're sending monthly payments on balance in full. So in other words, if you had a balance of $3,000 and you were making $50 a month payments and it was on the total balance, then I recommend that you do send it. Send your $50, try and set it up to where, it's towards the end of the month so that way, the company knows that the payments are coming in monthly and you're doing your thing. Now, I'm gonna give you 2 reasons why I wouldn't recommend you do it. Don't do it if you are paying a one-time payment. So, like in the last video that I talked about, if you got a $1,000 payment, they give you a 50% settlement. They say the payment has to be in our office by, let's say, the 15th of the month. And you're, maybe it's the 2nd or 3rd of the month. And they're saying that payment has to be in our office by the 15th. Typically, you can give yourself a week, 2 weeks, and mail in the payment. Now, you can't guarantee that the post office is going to get that payment in the office by the 15th, the close of business day. Now, if it doesn't come in and it comes the day after, then what happens is per the contract, it's null and void. They'll take that $500, put it towards the balance, and then you're going to end up paying more with regards to that. Now, if you're going to send, certified mail or overnight payment or something along those lines with the tracking number, sometimes you can get away with that. But if you're just going to mail it with a regular, I believe it's 60 cents or 65 cent stamp, I wouldn't recommend sending it that way. Another thing is if you're doing monthly payments, but you got a settlement. So what I'm saying in that aspect is your balance is $1,000. They let you settle for $700, but they allow you to do that in 3 monthly payments. And it has to be in the office on the 15th of each month. Then in that case, I wouldn't recommend just mailing your payment regular mail. Number one, you're gonna pay a little bit more money. You gotta get an envelope, you gotta pay for the stamp, which is relatively small, but then you gotta trust the post office to actually get it to the collection company at the specific date. And if it's not in on those due dates, then you're gonna end up having to pay the full balance. I've seen a lot of debt collectors do that to consumers where they'll say, oh yeah, mail in your payment. They're hoping that you default so that way at the end of everything, you pay your $700, you still have a $300 balance. They can get more money from you. So those are the 3 reasons why I wouldn't recommend that you do it.